Well, recently, the U.S. passed a national holiday for Juneteenth. You made a comment and said we can't be happy because they gave us one day. And I have an interesting kind of perspective on this, and it may or may not be unpopular, but I feel like I have to speak my mind in this.
I love to hear
it. And I'm saying this as a white person, right? This holiday was not made to represent me. I understand that. From my point of view, looking out, the one thing that bothers me about this holiday, and number one, I'm happy that African Americans have a holiday, and it's nationally recognized. It's a federal holiday. But it bothers me that there's a holiday and a celebration for the end of slavery when there never should have been slavery to begin with. You're celebrating someone being treated as a human being when they were always a human being. And to me, it feels a little bit bittersweet.
I feel the same way. I say the day was much more valuable when they didn't recognize it. You see what I'm saying? How can we celebrate the day Dr. King died? The day he died, you'll celebrate the day death, right? So I'm saying, okay, they gave us Martin Luther King holiday. That's a nationally federal. What have that day done? Them giving us that day. By them giving us a day for Juneteenth, they acknowledge you guys were our slaves, right? We ended slavery, and not only that, you guys found out 2 years later. So we gonna celebrate that y'all found out 2 years later. That's a spit in the face.
Well, I just want to point out real quick, because I looked it up as you were talking. Martin Luther King Day is not the day that he died. It was his birthday.
I know his birthday, but I'm saying celebrating the end of slavery would be like celebrating the day he died.
Okay, got it.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so they give us his birthday, but to celebrate the end of slavery, and that wasn't the end the day we found out. We found out 2 years later. So we celebrating the fact that we found out 2 years later than everybody. No other state really celebrates Juneteenth because they was already free. We celebrated because it was 2 years later. Nobody really celebrated Juneteenth. So now this is what happens. Capitalism trumps citizenship. What do you mean by that, Charleston? Now you got Juneteenth shirts in Walmart, Target. They benefit off this now. We don't. You're not going to see a bunch of black people being able to sell out of these Juneteenth stores and Juneteenth posters like they do for the 4th of July. So now the capitalist wins off this, not black people. We was already celebrating the holiday. We was already celebrating it, so we lose. I would much rather Joe Biden had sat down and listened to Ice Cube than made this a holiday. I would much rather Joe Biden had sat down and listened to what Ice Cube had to say with that plan that he had than giving us a national federal holiday. You know what we needed before this national federal holiday? A new crime bill. We need a new crime bill. We don't need no motherfucking holiday. So I'll never celebrate the day again. I'll never celebrate it again because it meant much more to me when the white man didn't confirm it and validate it for me.